Have yourself an all-time high in your portfolio. Makes you feel so good. Here we are. It is Thursday, July 11th, 20 and the 24, 2:17 p.m. here in the farm fields of Valparaiso, Indiana. We've had like 3 days of rain, and now it's stopped and the sun's out. Time to get the guns out. If I had any, other than these spaghetti arms. I keep telling you this, and it's going to be true soon. I'm going to get serious. I'm going to get real serious about my health and the size of my puny arms. Get back to the gym hardcore. But enough about me. Let's talk about this portfolio. We got to write this down. Let's put it on the board. Yes, new all-time high, 2.157. Lock it down. And it's been since May 20th that we made a little note. And on May 20th, we were at 2.125. So it's been about 7 weeks? 7 weeks from all-time high to all-time high. So I'm feeling pretty good right here. Future's so bright. Got to wear shades. So I said it may have been yesterday in the video. I think I titled it as like something like looking like a genius from Friday's covered calls. And now where's the dunce hat? I need to put on the dunce cap, because I got some Chinatown action going on a couple of my positions, and one of them is pretty big. So AGQ expires end of day tomorrow. Looking pretty good there. DocuSign is fine. GDX, though, we're down 3,800 because we have 37 calls on the board, and GDX currently at 3,812. Wow. And on 5,000 shares, that's over $5,000. So we'll be looking to roll out the barrel unless we get a little pullback tomorrow and I find myself in a more breathable position. Norwegian Cruise Line, we're even taking gas on that. It's still above 1850, 1892. So we'll see. Probably have to roll that one as well, because I definitely don't want to get rid of GDX. I shouldn't say definitely. I could probably take some profit off the table. There you go, flip-flopping again. Well, that's why there's two of us up in this head. We could talk back and forth. And then Pan American Silver has just been running with the devil. But not with the devil. This thing's been running straight up into the clouds. And now this covered call position is down 12,506 dollar bills, and Unity is under pressure as well. Where is it at? It was in the money. Where is it at now? Oh, it's 1 penny in the money, 16.51. But you know how aggressive Unity could move? It could be through the roof tomorrow, or it could be back downtown to Chinatown. So we will see. But an interesting question was posed over on the YouTube. Let's take a look. So user PO7VX4GS3W, that's probably what he called himself. It wasn't what the computer gave him. Hey, congratulations first for reaching an amazing amount. I want to ask a silly doubt. Is that a silly question? It's not silly, that's for sure, because on your options board, you were up 94.4%, 97%, 82%, etc. on your positions. So these huge percent gains were from selling options and covered calls. The answer is yes and no. So let's take a look. So what these percentages represent is the actual trade. So if we click into AGQ and it says we're up 79.19%, that isn't up. That's just how much of our total position we've essentially already acquired. So we had $1,440 bills, right there, that we collected when we put that trade on. And it's saying that we've collected so far 1,140, which represents 79.17%. And we could do our own math if that number wasn't up there with the help of the abacus. Let's bring it in. 1,140 divided by the original, what was it? 1,440? 1,440. And there it is. There's our 79%. So that is what those percentages represent. It is not the growth of the particular position. We can see that here, though. What are we up? Ooh, look at that thing. Hello. So we are up in this particular position since we got in. I think this is our second or third tranche of swing trading AGQ, and we're currently up just about 30%. So that's way lower than the 79% that shows on that particular trade. So these percentages represent the actual trade and not the underlying position that we own. So, like for instance, in this GDX call that says we're down 38.50, that's going to be the difference between what it would cost me to buy this position closed so I don't risk losing the shares and what I've collected. So for instance, here's some of the math. So if we look at what they have there, it's $1.20. So let's just go with $1.20 on 50 contracts. So that's $6,001. Let's get out the abacus right here. $6,001 minus what we collected was $20.50, and that leaves $39.51. So again, the bid and ask have a little range between it, but that will account for the number that is on the board here, the $38.50. So that is, it cost me a fortune to close it, but then they essentially credit me what I've already received, and that would be the loss of making that trade if I closed it right now. At the moment, I'm going to roll the dice, take my chances on all of these positions and see what happens as we roll through tomorrow. But this is, one of those good feeling days. Going to be celebrating tonight, going out to dinner with our friends Kevin and Holly. And Lady and I might stop over at the Journeyman for a barrel-aged old-fashioned before we go over to dinner at Johnny B's in Valparaiso, which is in the Aberdeen neighborhood. So that's what's going on there. What else? There was something else I wanted to talk about. What was it? Well, let's just address these other questions. So yesterday I mentioned something about being never nervous Purvis, and I wondered if anybody knew what that meant. And Rick Anderson certainly does. Purvis Ellison of Louisville, great college basketball player, and he was a freshman when they played. I want to say they were in the finals. And Purvis had a great tournament, great game, and they called him Never Nervous Purvis. Even though he was a freshman, he never showed any nerves. Scotty POGG says you could try to get a $0 cost basis on Bitto. I agree. That's what I would love to do. Right now, it's still a battle. What is Bitcoin has been... I did at one point today have all four sweethearts moving in the green direction. That would be oil. Okay, oil up 1% right now. Gold up 1.77%. Silver up 2.32%. And then we have Bitcoin up just a bit at 0.31. So that is contributing certainly for the new all-time high. All four sweethearts moving in the right directions. We just got to eliminate some of the dirty dogs. Unity, I just want to shake loose, I think. Not tomorrow, but maybe after I squeeze a little bit more juice out of that son of a gun. What else? We have the DocuSign. I'm ready to retire that as well. And Norwegian Cruise Line. Look at that. Coming up on break even. Getting up there soon. I think, though, I may have too many positions. And there's our Bitto, even though we're way down in our whiskey, we're over $12,000 loss since we've taken possession of shares. I'm not concerned as of this moment. I am never nervous Purvis on Bitto. Yeah, maybe we'll trim some of these other ones. I really pay most attention to, for instance, I like to look at AG. That's one I really enjoy. SILV ETF is good. Oh, hold on. I got to take this. Always got to take a call from your lady friend. Don't tell anybody this, but that was a call from my side chick, a.k.a. my wife. So she wanted to remind me, because she's at the office right now, that she sent me an email on Monday requesting some copies of invoices, and she has yet to receive any of them. So maybe between looking at my baseball cards, watching the Cubbies and Formula One, maybe I'll have time for that. So what was I saying? What else do I like? Sigma Lithium even though it's way down in its whiskey, for some reason I still feel good about it. I think we're going to go on a run here with Sigma. I like AGI. Oh, great. You're just going to name them all. I probably will. Maybe some of these ones at the bottom. I don't ever pay attention. I mean, I like the Silver Junior right there, but I could trim up a bunch of these and just take some of the profits if I so choose. Maybe even, well, I don't know, CDE. There you go. You're talking yourself out of it. You're annoying the person watching. But like, let's just look here. So when did we enter the position? We're up 41%. Did your voice just go up a bit? Yeah, kind of like Peter Brady in the Brady Bunch when they were making a hit record song. So we bought 1,000 shares. We had what else we got here? So we had 3 different tranches. Move your head just a minute. Yeah, April 26th. First one was 5,000 shares at $4.90. Then it kept going down. So we bought 2,000 more shares, $4.58. Next day, another 1,000 shares, $4.59. So I'm going to carry the 1. So we've only been in the trade a couple of months. Yeah. And we are up nicely, 40-some percent. Should we take some dough? I need to take a look at that chart. I wouldn't mind taking some of the dough off the table. Not that I have any feelings, ill will towards the gold or the silver. I don't. But as I said yesterday, I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback in what we would consider a corrective, healthy pullback. Didn't get it today, may not get it tomorrow. It could continue to grind a little higher, but it really needs to look for some sort of pullback in the next week to 10 days to be a healthy move then to the rocket ship. Now, could this be the rocket ship? It could, but I don't think it is. So I could take some of the money off the table. You never go broke taking profit. So I'll look to do that. I've got Stacy's account set up to take some. She has some nice profit on Pan American as well. We'll probably let hers go tomorrow. I'll decide if I'm going to let mine go or not. I'll probably roll it out, up and out though. Like if we look at it, what would we have to do? I would imagine I have to go out at least a month to get any more appreciation. So if I want to get, and I don't even know if Pan American moves in dollar increments. That's one of the problems with silver and gold miners is they don't always have the best options chain. So if we look to roll this, okay, if I didn't want to let my shares go for nearly $2 less than what they're currently trading at, I could look to roll this position. And I've got a big position, 7,400 shares. But I know 1 week isn't going to come close to doing it. So we get $1.95 to cover unless we wanted to cough up some money out of pocket. So we could go straight back to the 22 and you'd put up, you'd put another $600 in the skinny jeans, but then you're still set up at the $22. So, I mean, why would I let it go at 22 when I could just move it out another week and collect another $740? That buys a lot of baseball cards. But if I wanted to go and get a little bit more action on the share appreciation, let's say I wanted another $1, which would be $7,400 more dollars in share appreciation. How far do I have to go out? Is it 3 weeks? 23? No, that doesn't cover it. Is it 4 weeks? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? Nope, $1.75 is less than $1.95. So 36 days. Nope, still not there. One more week, we'd be towards the end of August. And then we'd cover, add 370. So, math on that is around 8,000. If we round it up to 8,000 just for fun, would I take $8,000 in 43 days? Let's find out. So 8,043 days. Let's just say it's based on 22, right? So 22 times 7,400 is $162,800. Write that down. Talking to myself. 162.8. Yeah. 162.8. We talked about 8,000, right? In 43 days. Here's our 43 days. So 8,000 divided by 162.8 divided by 43 days multiplied by 365. It's an annualized 41%. So it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Oh boy. I mean, there's a case to be made to just sit on my hands again, because I've been sitting on them a while, as you've watched, as you've yawned watching the channel. Got a little action going on Friday, and now part of it you have to regret. I mean, look at these two right here. That's regrettable. Was it worth collecting 7,200? At the time, it was very worth it. But again, I'm calling for a little pullback. So, but it will require me to look more diligently through the charts and wait to see what the action is tomorrow. I'm not doing anything on these today. So that's what's going on here. As I said, got a lovely evening planned with a couple of friends and my favorite lady. Hope you have a wonderful evening planned. If not, at least you have a wonderful weekend plan. I don't know if you watch any Formula One, if you watched it last weekend. Even though my guy Max did not win, it was still a fantastic race. Very enjoyable, because Max has been dominating so much for the last year and a half that races, a lot of them, by the end, he's up 5-10 minutes on the next closest car. So now, you have McLaren and the Mercedes, both of them making moves on the Red Bull, which makes me a little bit nervous, but it does make for way more interesting racing. Lewis Hamilton, the nearly 40-year-old legend, won his first race of the season and his first race in a long time. He was very emotional. I may have even teared up. Well, that's how you get. You're a little emotional when it comes to sports and nostalgia. That's true. That's what I got. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a lovable friend, and I'll see you in the next video.